Welcome back, beautiful. You're exactly where you're meant to be. Take a breath with me and let it go. This is Moving Through Anxiety, the space where we get honest about what's underneath the overwhelm, where we soften into our bodies, and where we remember that peace isn't something we chase, it's something we come home to. I'm Catherine, coach, mom, and fellow human, learning how to feel it so I can free it. Whether you're walking, folding laundry, or hiding in the bathroom for just 5 minutes of quiet, you belong here. Hello, beautiful. Welcome back to Moving Through Anxiety. Today, I want to share something really personal. It's a piece of my story about how I found my way out of the spiral and back to myself. And this isn't a story about overnight healing. It's about survival. It's about feeling what's real. And it's about the moment I stopped trying to fix myself and I started finally hearing myself. And it started when I was about 8 years old. I was having constant stomach aches, and none of the doctors could figure out why. We went from doctor to doctor, and every test just said I was fine. But I wasn't fine. I knew I wasn't fine. I was feeling anxious, overwhelmed, and I was silently absorbing a lot of emotional chaos in my home that I didn't have the words for yet. We didn't talk about feelings, in my family. And it wasn't because anyone was cruel or because, no one cared. It was simply no one had the tools. So I did what a lot of sensitive kids do. I learned to stay quiet, to make myself small, and to try and just hold it all together. But the body always keeps the score. Eventually, a school counselor handed me a journal and gently encouraged me to write some letters, just to get the feelings out. And that was the first time I ever gave voice to what was happening inside me. So fast forward, I carried the same bottled up survival strategy into adulthood, into college, into my first marriage, into motherhood, into graduate school. I didn't know how to feel. I only knew how to perform strength. And at a certain point, everything crumbled. The marriage ended. I was spiraling with postpartum anxiety and probably depression. I was a new mom trying to keep a tiny human alive while feeling like I was disappearing. I hit what I call my quiet rock bottom, the kind no one sees. On the outside, I looked like I was doing fairly well considering all things. People even praised me for being so strong. But inside, I was drowning. I had never felt so much pain at one time. It was like the dam opened and every moment of pain I had avoided, covered, ignored, pretended wasn't there, had surfaced. And breathing wasn't an option because I had simply waited too long to take a breath. And medicating just numbed it all, and that's not what I wanted. And this is where I want to pause and say something really important. I do not believe in toxic positivity. I never want to slap a silver lining over real pain. I believe in being radically honest with what's real. And I had to look in the mirror and tell myself the truth. I was exhausted. I was scared, and I didn't know how to keep going. But I did something different this time. I told someone. I let myself cry. A lot. I started speaking out loud, not for solutions, but just to feel seen. I felt it. I allowed myself to feel the pain, the anger, the hatred, the resentment, the sadness, the anxiety, the depression, the fear. And over time, a long time, something shifted. I stopped trying to outrun my anxiety. I stopped trying to bypass my pain. And I started asking myself, what if this isn't a problem to fix? What if it's a message? And that's when things began to change. I realized my anxiety wasn't brokenness. It was a signal pointing to what needed love, not judgment. And I stopped seeing healing as something that I had to do alone. I started building safety with people I could be honest with. No masks, no pretending. And that's what I now, help other women create. Not a life where you never feel anxious, right? But a life where you're no longer afraid of your own emotions. Because healing doesn't come from being positive. It comes from being present. And from learning how to hold yourself and to be held, which was also difficult for me, through the messy, the pain, and the truth. So if any part of this story resonates with you, I just want you to know that you're not broken and you don't need to perform strength anymore. And you are worthy of a life that feels like peace. So I just want to thank you for being here with me today and just listening to me share some of my truth and part of my story with you. This was a really vulnerable piece for me to do, and I was kind of putting it off for a little while. But if you're feeling, something stir inside of you, just let it be, feel it. And if you're ready to be supported in this kind of honest, embodied way, then I'm here. So I'll see you next time. And until then, just keep feeling it, keep naming it, and know your voice will lead you back. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If this episode gave you a little light bulb moment, I'd love if you shared it with another woman in motion who's ready to move through anxiety with more grace and self-trust. And until next time, don't forget to grab my free audio series, Stop the Spiral. It's quick and it's body-based tool system to calm your mind and regulate your nervous system in 3 minutes or less. Because when you can shift from anxiety to calm in the moment, it creates the ripple effect your home and your business needs. And before you go, let me remind you, you're not broken, you're not behind, you're becoming. Let's keep moving through it together. And just one last thing, just a quick disclaimer. This podcast is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional mental health advice or therapy. Please reach out to a licensed provider if you need further support.